I'm going to let you intro everyone. Hit us.
Good morning, Millennials.
Good morning, Ben. Questionnaire when they want to join the group and they have to say their favorite episode and why, and I get so many. Anytime that you're on, it's you.
It's funny, we were just at a meet and greet for Claudia at SOSTA, which I don't know where you were, I guess missing in action, benefiting the HRC, and one of the questions...
I was home setting up the podcast that we recorded for yesterday's episode so that we would never miss an episode of premium content.
And one of the questions from the audience was, who is Claudia's favorite person to co-host with and your favorite person to co-host with? And nobody said me. Who's
my favorite person to co-host with, did she say?
The second that nobody said my name, like I tuned out, and I'm just like, these fucking bitches. Like,
who's her favorite person to co-host with?
Actually, she said that she has never co-hosted with anybody else. Or like, she's like done it so few times.
Right.
That, like it's always you, and that she's jealous that like you get to meet so many cool people and co-host with them, and she's always... Like, she loves co-hosting with you, but, like, she's jealous of, like, the time that you get with other people as well.
I understand, sister. Well, don't be, because I'm struggling to find a co-host for tomorrow, and worst case scenario, you will be joining me again.
See? Worst case scenario.
Worst and also, no, that's a good worst case scenario. That's
totally.
Like a great fallback. It's just, I know that you're a busy man, and I don't want to have to tap on, like, I know I'm going to need you again. Claudia has a long tour coming up for the rest of her life.
True.
I'm gonna, like, I know that there's only so many times I can ask you. I have some other great co-hosts set up for next week. Heather McMahon will be joining us. I got out of jury duty, so I'll be here for Kevin and Astrid.
Oh,
then on Thursday, I'll be with... I'm not lucky because now I'm going in March. It was postponed too, and, like, I don't know. Who knows where I'm going to be in March? I'll probably have a new excuse, like...
I dodged jury. Have you been to jury duty?
Maybe Colton will be on in March, and then I'll be like, I'm sorry, like, Colton's coming on my show.
Have you dodged jury duty?
Okay, so this is my story with jury duty. I get summoned all the time. It feels like all the time. I'm sure it feels like that for everyone. Back in college, I did serve jury duty, but I only went for one day, and it was not for me. So I didn't go back the second day, and I guess technically that doesn't count as serving.
That stinks.
Yeah, I really couldn't go back again. It wasn't like the time for me to do jury duty. It was like I was on summer vacation from college. Like, I just want to sleep in. I'm not going down to Pearl Street at 8 a.m. But like now I'm an adult. I can go down to Pearl Street at 8 a.m. They had no business calling on me back in the day, but I'm ready to serve jury duty. I think I would enjoy it. Like, I'm going to serve, like, juror Kauai. It's going to be a moment. What if I get picked?
Yeah, I dodged it for 8 years. I got summons, like... Summons or summoned?
Summoned. You get your jury summons.
Summoned.
Will summon you, yes.
Okay. I was summoned 8 times, and finally they sent me a note, and I never went. And they finally sent me a note, like, if you don't come, you're going to prison. So I went... And I was out in 3 hours.
Wow.
Just because I'm lucky.
I mean, must be nice. Also, the problem with jury duty is downtown there, like, there really are no good lunch options. Maybe I'll bring my own. Maybe I'll bring a sandwich or something.
None.
And are you allowed to bring a computer and watch TV while you wait?
You are allowed to bring a computer and watch TV while you wait.
I feel like they recommend a book. You're not allowed to take pictures. That's what they say. So... Well, who would even want to? The lighting down there is horrendous. But I really do look forward to serving my country. You know, my country has served me, and now it's time to give back.
It's not even serving your country. I don't even know what they do there. Like, what do they really do?
Well,
they just, like, have you sit in a room. You look up on the left. Anybody who's been to jury duty knows this. There's a small monitor where they tell you to shut off your beeper. And, like, they need to, like, fix that from 1970. Like, they don't even mention cell phones. It's like, turn off your beepers. Like, are you crazy? Like, the amount of money that the government has, they can't update that video. And then you sit there, they call your name, they ask you, like, are you going on a trip in the next 2 weeks? Everybody says that they're going on a pre-planned trip, and then everybody gets out. I don't know who actually serves.
Well, people do serve, and now that I've also seen American Crime Story, O.J. Simpson, I know how important jury selection is, and I also, do you watch Billions?
No.
I think you would really like it. I just caught up, and jury selection, you know, so important there too. So I just, you know, I'm going to get in the game.
I'm too deep
in March.
Curb. I'm too deep in Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I understand. I was there once upon a time.
It is the greatest show of all time.
It's so great.
It's unbelievable.
I'm glad that you're there.
And I'm thinking about it. I just watched the jury duty episode with Larry, where he claims to be a racist.
Oh, right.
And gets off of jury duty, but then ends up meeting the same guy again
I think Claudia was telling us that she saw that episode with you when last time I was talking about jury duty when
it
we
was
sat
it was
in
unbelievable.
these same chairs. Every time I think about jury duty, I weirdly think of that one episode of Seventh Heaven where Beverly Mitchell like doesn't want to serve, and then like the whole episode is a lesson where she learns like how important it is for her to like participate as a citizen, and then it's just like, but her dad's a child molester in real life, so then it's all ruined for me. But anyways, speaking of
Seventh Heaven.
when I see
don't
the
know.
faces
Shine
smiling back at me,
Ooh,
Seventh Heaven.
You know what's funny when I think about that song? Yes.
It's not, that's
yes.
what's funny.
No.
Jessica Biel.
What's really funny is that, like, a bunch of 11 and 12-year-old Jewish kids were, like, watching a show about a pastor and his wife, and, like, it never really clicked for me that, like, I was just watching, like, a Christian show. It's like, there's nothing wrong, but I'm just saying I'm a young Jewish lad and didn't put those two together.
No, and what's really crazy is that the Reverend
Yes, is a child molester.
that's the craziest part.
Yes.
I don't know. Also, I can't think about jury duty without thinking about the rural juror.
Rural juror.
Love him, her. But anyways, this jury talk is a great segue into our first story. So without further ado, here are the fast 5 stories that you need to know before you wake up and take a bite out of your morning toast. Okay, we have 2 cases of justice being served yesterday. Jurors across the world ruled in our favor. Well, actually, yes, jurors across the world ruled in our favor in the Bill Cosby case.
Yes.
He was sentenced to 3 to 10 years in prison for his discretions. On Tuesday afternoon, Bill Cosby was processed at the Montgomery Correctional Facility in Eagleville, Pennsylvania, after being sentenced to 3 to 10 years in a state prison. He was also fined $25,000 plus the cost of prosecution. Not long after, Cosby was then moved to State Correctional Institution at Phoenix, a state prison for diagnostic and intake. There, his needs and health issues will be evaluated as officials decide which prison best suits him overall. This process, which every inmate in the state prison system goes through, could take anywhere from weeks to months. Amy Warden of the Pennsylvania Department of Corrections told CNN last week, several factors go into this overall evaluation, including the prisoner's age and sexually violent predator assessment. Quote, the Department of Corrections has had high-profile inmates before, and I'm sure we'll have them again, so it's not that much out of the ordinary, but he will be treated like the other inmates, reports CNN. So this is a long time coming.
Yes.
Like 50 years in the making
Yes.
for 3 to 10 years. It's better than nothing. I know some people are upset that it's not enough time, but it's something. It's something, and I'm glad.
I have 2 feelings.
Tell us.
Feeling number 1, if we're putting elderly people in prison, then all elderly people need to go into prison. So that's like something that like people on social media are talking about. Bill Cosby should go to jail. There's no question. And he should be going for way more than 3 to 10 years. He should be going for life at this point, which the 3 to 10 years, in all honesty, could be life because he's an 81-year-old man.
Right.
He deserves to go to prison. We just need to figure out if we feel bad for old people going to prison or if we don't, because there are many cases where the elderly are not required to go to prison because they're old, and what the hell are they going to do because they're so old? Like Bill Cosby at 81, God forbid he does drug and rape someone, but he's 81, so he probably won't.
No, but it's
So,
not
do you
that
know what I'm
like
saying?
we're putting them in prison so they don't do it again. It's we're putting them in prison to punish them for the things that they did.
Totally. He deserves to go to prison. I just want like a line drawn. If you are an old person and you commit a crime that was like 50 years ago and it happens, like either you go to jail, everyone, or you don't go to jail.
Well, it wouldn't be 50 years ago because then the statute of limitations runs out. He's only going to jail for this little because it's only one case that was tried against him because the rest were like so long ago that they can't prosecute.
He's an asshole. I'm not saying he's not, and he deserves to go to jail.
But you're saying all elderly people should go to jail for the crimes they commit or none? Like
yes. Just like it's sad when you're an old person for their family, whatever it is. He deserves to go to prison. I'm just saying that either send all of the elderly to prison that committed crimes, or allow them, or have like some elderly prison where like they can like sit in their rocking chairs and go off into the sunsets.
Yeah.
Away from humanity, but not in jail.
Okay, I think that's fair. Elderly prison. Let's get on it, you guys.
Yeah, that's my take.
I understand. I do feel like every case is different. And I also feel like I don't know. Like you're talking about, I think one specific elderly case where someone didn't go to prison.
Yes.
And they actually have lived for 10 years since then.
Yes. I don't know enough, so like I'm not gonna.
But they do these like tests.
Yes.
It seems like when they bring them in to see if they're fit for prison. So
he's definitely not going to be held as fit for prison.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't know.
He's blind too. Yes.
Is he?
Or he's saying he's blind. He's been saying he's blind.
what is wrong with like TV and movies and like what is wrong with this whole entertainment industry?
Hollywood?
Yeah, that's the word that I was going for. Like, what is wrong with Hollywood that all of these people that seem like such wholesome characters? Like, what about the guy from Blue's Clues? Remember him?
Oh yeah, what did he do?
He was a child molester.
Stop.
No, and like it's all of these like child TV shows. Like, I don't understand. Is it the network that's just like hiring bad people, or does the industry turn you?
The industry, I think, it hires bad people and turns you. And when we were talking about this in our last NT episode, he was saying, like, you get to a level of power where you can have anything that you want. And, like, so then it goes, you know, you're just having, like, sex with people consensually, but then that gets boring. And then you take it to the next level, and the next level, and the next level. And because this, like, the power that you have, you just can't stop wielding over people.
I understand.
And that's how you become
I mean, I don't understand.
a terrible person.
Sickos.
I mean, the whole industry is corrupt. We try and talk about it all the time, but it's really fucking depressing, honestly.
It is.
But I feel like the Bill Cosby, I was reading, like, he was one of the biggest cases in the beginning of the Me Too movement, and just seeing him put away is a win.
Yes. It's a win.
win.
Yes.
Speaking of people going away, Southern Charm star Thomas Ravenel was charged in a sexual assault case. Reality star Thomas Ravenel was arrested Thursday after a former nanny said he fondled her at his South Carolina home featured in his TV show Southern Charm nearly 4 years ago. Ravenel, 56, was charged with misdemeanor second-degree assault and battery, according to a sworn statement from Charleston Police, which said they had photos of the injuries caused when the woman's underwire bra cut into her chest and her shirt got caught around her neck as Ravenel tried to forcibly take off her clothes. Bravo released a statement shortly after saying Ravenel would no longer appear on the network's Southern Charm show. Ravenel is already a felon. He was arrested in 2007, less than a year into his term as South Carolina treasurer, after he bought cocaine for himself and his friends. The real estate developer pleaded guilty and spent 10 months in prison, and in 2014 he pleaded guilty to driving under the influence on Long Island, which resulted in his license being suspended for 6 months.
Wow.
Well, third time's a charm.
Third time's a Southern Charm.
Yes. He was finally arrested for one of the many atrocities that he has committed. He was let out on bail yesterday, but I believe that this is the beginning of the end for Thomas Ravenel, and this is the beginning of a very happy beginning for Catherine, who will probably get full custody of her children after losing custody completely. You don't watch Southern Charm, do you?
I watch it. I've watched enough that I don't watch currently. I have watched.
Yeah, so you know who Thomas is.
Yes.
You know the drama between Thomas
Yes.
and Catherine.
Yes.
This has been just a long time coming. And Catherine was posting to her Instagram stories yesterday, and I feel like she was just trying to tell us that, you know, she's in a good place. She was just like working out with Danny, launching her new home line, and it's like, if she were affected by this in a negative way, she wouldn't post at all. But
Yep.
she's just trying to tell us life is going on and life is good for her. And I'm really happy about it. Also, I wonder where this leaves Ashley Jacobs, who was dating Thomas. She's technically China'd from the show, but once there's an arrest, you can undo a China for the time being. I wonder, like, if she'll stand by her man. Probably not, because he's no longer on Southern Charm and she just wants to be on TV.
I don't have a ton to say about this. He's a sicko. I don't know what's wrong with everyone.
Yeah.
The only thing that I want to say is to every single woman watching this, like, men in general are not like this, and I don't know why men in Hollywood are such pieces of shit. He's considered Hollywood to me. Like,
Yeah.
why he just, like, is...
Well, he was doing this even before he was on the show, it seems like.
I just don't get it. Like, I don't know what's wrong with people.
Yeah, I think this is another case of abuse of power. Like, he was a powerful man in
1000%.
Charleston. Like, his family has roots there, like, since, I don't know, 1776. And there's a bridge named after, like, his family, the Ravenel Bridge. They cross it all the time on the show.
It's a power trip.
Yeah. It's like, can none of you have power and not abuse it?
It's funny, there are just so many people with power that don't abuse it. I don't know what's wrong with these people.
Are there?
Like, use it for good. There have to be. The 99 million that we don't see, except for the 2 news stories that we talk about. But these guys are...
It seems to be a pattern. I agree with you that not all men are terrible, but, like, this isn't good, you guys.
Not at all. It's terrible.
Yeah.
I'm good.
And it's like, even people who
I'm a
don't
nice
have
guy.
power and, like, can't wield it over other people, then they just, like, cheat. What the fuck's that? Like, when we read these Dear Toasters and stuff of people who cheat, it's just like, first of all, how do you even have time in the day? And second of all, like, come on.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's sad.
It is. By the way, we're matching today.
For a funeral.
Yeah. No, we look profesh as hell.
Are we funeral crashing?
Maybe.
Or just, like, go after and, like, find a funeral?
Sure.
Cool. Take a sip
wait.
of my water as well.
Also, people are saying you're looking slim.
Because I'm wearing all black. I actually have been having some serious trouble hopping back on my diet, seriously.
Really?
Yeah, I'll do it for like one day, and then I'll get a sugar craving, and I'll cave.
I've been having a lot of cravings recently.
Like last night, I'm embarrassed with what I did.
What'd you do?
I went to Duane Reade, got a pint of ice cream, got a pack of cookies.
What kind of ice cream?
Like literally the worst fucking ice cream ever. Did you know that Duane Reade only sells their own brand ice cream?
Really?
Delish.
Well, now I go to CVS where I punch self-checkout kiosks.
Yeah, my mom literally has never paid for anything at CVS. It's like the biggest scheme. Like you go in there, $100, scan your coupons, $5.
Oh.
Oh, you don't do that?
No.
Oh my God. CVS is known for everything's free.
I mean, like I would do that, but I can't spend one more minute at the kiosk than I need to. And the reason why I actually did punch the CVS self-checkout machine was because Zach was trying to put in his CVS number.
Punch the machine. Yeah. I didn't realize. I thought you meant like punch in my card number.
They just make me so crazy that it's not sensitive to human emotions.
Yes.
You know, like we're not robots.
Yes. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. But yeah, so a pack of cookies, a pint of ice cream.
What kind of cookies?
Again, some Delish brand, but I did get Hostess little mini donuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
So it was a good night?
It was honestly a bad night.
But
you know when you're so excited, you're eating it, and then as you're eating, you're like, oh my God, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
What's wrong with me? And then you finish, and you're just like,
yeah.
Damn,
but sometimes
man.
you hit that point. Like I was snacking on carbs last night. Because Daniel Eichholz sent us a gift basket of like delicious cookies that I've kept in my apartment, and like they're like just little cookies. So I was making a tea, I was having some cookies, and I didn't eat like that many, but it's just like I'm with Atkins or keto, like you can't fuck up at all. Like
can't have any.
It's like it's not even like, oh, I went over my calorie limit. It's like, oh, I fucked up the science. Like now my body needs like days to get back into it.
Yep.
So I'm not feeling great. But speaking of carbs,
yes,
Dunkin Donuts is officially dropping the donuts. Just call it Dunkin'. Starting in January, Dunkin' Donuts will drop the donuts from ads, packages, and signage at new and remodeled stores, as well as its social media accounts. The makeover is part of Dunkin' brand's efforts to relabel itself as a beverage-led company that focuses on coffees, teas, speedy service, and to-go food, including but not limited to donuts. Dunkin' says that beverages, especially coffee, make up 60% of the company's U.S. sales. Our new branding is one of the many things we are doing as a part of our blueprint for growth to modernize the Dunkin' experience for our customer, said Dunkin' brand CEO David Hoffman in a statement Tuesday. Okay, on the one hand, I do feel like this is, again, like the war on carbs, you know? And as someone who doesn't eat carbs,
interesting. I didn't even think of it like that.
I don't support the war on carbs because people should be able to eat what they want. Like Weight Watchers changing its name to WW because watching your weight like isn't healthy. I can't and I shan't. But I don't know if this is exactly that because it seems like they're just trying to extend their umbrella and encompass more things and not have people just associate them with donuts because they're not just a donut place.
Yep, this isn't a war on carbs. I was just in the airport coming back from Mexico. And it was right before Yom Kippur. So I ran to Dunkin' Donuts. And what did I get from Dunkin' Donuts?
You got 2 bagels.
I got 2 bagels with cream cheese, and I got a bottle of water. And I turned to Claudia, and I'm like, you know, it's funny. Dunkin' Donuts sells a lot more than donuts. I literally said this to her last week. So I am in favor of this because people call it Dunkin' already. It's not like they're not doing it. They sell donuts. They're not going to stop selling donuts. If you bought more donuts, they wouldn't have had to change their name. But clearly, nobody's buying enough donuts, so they needed to change their name.
Yeah. I think it's in tune with what's necessary move as we propel into the future.
That being said, where did Krispy Kreme go? Because Dunkin' Donuts didn't even make the best donuts. Krispy Kreme did, and now they're dead. Well,
it's just another reason why New York is, you know, Satan's playground because there's no Krispy Kreme here, and there's just one teeny tiny one, but it's in Penn Station.
There are also no Tim Hortons. We have no donut shops.
But isn't that a Canadian thing?
They have it here, though.
But also, then you could also argue that we have like the artisanal donut shops, Dominique Ansel, Dough.
Great. I don't want that.
Holy Cream,
I don't want that at all.
Which I ordered from Sunday night and had a Heath bar donut. And I'm going to be honest, there is such thing as too much of a good thing. It was too many delicious flavors, and I was overwhelmed.
But it was very good.
No. Like it was good, but there was too much going on.
Like if I'm trying to indulge, I just need a Boston cream donut from Krispy Kreme. And like that's all I need. You just need your cream filling, your soft donut, your schmear of chocolate.
But then it's also like, I remember back in the day when it was your birthday in school and you brought the class donuts.
Yes.
Where'd you go?
Dunkin'.
Of course.
It was the easiest.
It was the easiest, but it's also where you associate donuts. Or maybe we used to. That now is like 20 years ago, which is really sad.
It's the mini donut. What they did with the mini donut revolutionized the munchkin.
Is that an offensive term?
Is it? What? Mini donut?
Munchkin.
I don't know.
I think so.
It could be.
It's not our fault. We didn't come up with the name.
Wow. You are so sensitive.
I mean, the world is sensitive, my friend.
Well, I'm going to call them mini donuts now.
Or donut hole.
They're not donut holes. They're the mini donuts, the little ones.
Yeah.
Those are birthday parties.
Those, I mean, it depends. If you had the kid in the class who brought munchkins, for lack of a better term, and then you had one munchkin, like, the kid who brought full donuts for everyone and everyone got their own big donut, it's like, that was rich.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It was amazing.
But like you bring like each kid gets 6 munchkins.
Yeah.
For lack of a better term. Seriously.
I've made you think about it now, right?
It's weird.
It's weird. Anyways, I'm here for this, Dunkin Donuts. Also, like anything that you need to do to leap ahead of Starbucks, go for the gold, my friends.
It's not even like I have no like way of proving this. I think Starbucks is in trouble.
You think? But they just opened their first Starbucks in, where was it? Italy, Florence, or Milan.
Sure.
Where it's like where the espresso was born, and now they're like going in there with their dribble. It was a big deal.
Yeah, I think that they just, it hasn't come yet, but the fact that they still have plastic straws and are like behind on this movement, which I love a good plastic straw, but we can't have them anymore.
What?
Yeah, well,
That's where you stand?
No, it's not where I stand. I'm saying...
You're saying we can't, like, they're not letting us have them anymore. Not that, like, you're saying we can't.
No, I'm not saying that we can't. I'm saying that society is telling us right now that we can't have plastic straws.
Okay.
And Starbucks still has them, and I think eventually that's going to catch up with them.
Wait, are you for real?
Seriously.
Wow, Claudia always says you don't watch the show, but Starbucks is one who started the anti-plastic straw movement.
I literally go every single day to a Starbucks, and I have plastic straws.
Then your Starbucks hasn't been affected yet, but they're the ones who started the war on straws.
And no, you know I don't watch this show.
They're the ones who started the war on straws.
Did they really?
Adrian Grenier went to Starbucks headquarters with his little clan of yellow-bellied losers, and they got Starbucks to change.
This started by Adrian Grenier?
Adrian Grenier getting Starbucks to go back on plastic straws. They now have these like little sippy cups that are fucking pathetic, and then everyone else followed suit.
You're kidding.
It's all started with Starbucks.
Oh my God.
Just another reason why they're like just the worst, but also their product speaks for itself.
Wait, that's crazy. I've been walking around thinking that every single Starbucks I go into has straws.
So, do you think it's weird that one day everyone just woke up and felt a certain way about straws?
Yes.
Starbucks was the...
No, it's Adrian Grenier.
Adrian Grenier, but yeah, he does a lot of these initiatives, but he persuaded Starbucks, and then they are a big player in the beverage space that now all these restaurants and everything are banning straws. Cities, I can't.
Shit.
Did you see that meme?
I didn't know that.
Did you see that meme of the turtle breaking through the wall?
No.
Oh my God, it's so funny. It's like a turtle coming through the wall being like, you motherfuckers using straws.
That's great. Send it to me.
Hey, well, you also don't follow The Morning Toast on Instagram, apparently, but it's fine.
Yes, I do.
It's fine. No, it's really fine.
Why should I follow The Morning Toast on Instagram when The Morning Toast doesn't follow me on Instagram?
This is true. This is very true.
Even though I do. And I
it's
didn't
true.
unfollow, even though I noticed that I was not being followed.
It's true.
Was I unfollowed?
Everyone was unfollowed.
Why?
Because now we just have like a more clear strategy that we're seeing clearly, and the only people that need to be followed from The Morning Toast are obviously the two permanent hosts, Sade Betterinois and Tiffany Thornton, so that she can make that ad money. Mm-hmm. Sorry. Right. Honestly, it's a compliment to you. We don't think that you needed to be followed by us.
No, I don't. I'm just saying.
You're doing
It would have been nice.
Maybe one day.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see how today goes and potentially tomorrow.
Are we still talking about plastic straws, or is that over?
Do you have another thing to say?
Yeah, no, I think I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Yes, plastic, the sea turtles. I'm a very, very, very big animal activist. I feel terrible for the turtles. We need to talk about our garbage men and the people that are disposing of our said straws in said ocean, because how the fuck do they get there? I put my straw in that garbage. Mm-hmm. Why does that garbage end up in the ocean? Can you explain that to me? Are they dumping it in the ocean? Because then why am I being blamed for placing my straw in that garbage, and the person that is literally taking my garbage and emptying it into our beautiful ocean, nobody is talking about?
That's true.
So we are going to the source. We're not going to the source. We're going to the person selling the straw, to the person that would like to use it. Adrian Grenier really should have gone to the fucking parks department or the
sanitation
sanitation committee and said, why the fuck are you dumping all of your garbage in the ocean?
For sure. I don't know if it's that simple, but I honestly don't know.
I'm not saying it's that simple, but how do they get there?
Landfill overflow. They dump your shit into the landfill. Like,
yes.
They don't just throw garbage bags into the landfill, I believe. So then perhaps it overflows, then straws are blowing in the wind, so they end up in the ocean. But here's the real thing. Straws make up for less than like 1% of the garbage in the ocean. And there are other plastic items that are killing our marine wildlife that are killing more at a more rapid pace. And like, I don't know why we had to start with straws. A utility that is actually very useful.
It is useful, but I want to know how, like, there are so many smart people in this world, they can't make a faux plastic straw that doesn't melt in my mouth, like paper.
Right.
Like,
Also,
it doesn't need to be plastic. Just make one make a better straw.
To all the restaurants who are banning straws, who are giving out no straws, like, you're not helping anything, because you can easily give us a metal straw. I fucking love a metal straw.
Me too. They're amazing.
And you have a dishwasher, so give me all the metal straws you want. You banning straws, like, just to be cool with Starbucks and Adrian Grenier, like, fuck that shit. All you have to do is get some metal straws.
Also, there's literally nothing worse than putting your mouth on a diner cup.
Also, if you're going to have the audacity to not give me a straw, your cups better not smell. And you know what? More times than not, they do smell.
They do smell, yeah.
A smelly cup.
A metal straw is unbelievable.
Better than a plastic straw.
So much, especially they put them in the freezer, they take them out, they're nice and cold.
They keep your beverage cold as you slurp it up to your lips.
And everybody now probably commenting in the comment section, bring your metal straw with you. That sounds like torture.
That sounds like
it's also a hot
City.
Metal straw. Like, I need an ice-cold metal straw out of my restaurant's freezer. But that is better than a plastic straw. Much.
Totally.
So there's something there. Maybe a thin metal.
A thin metal for what? Like,
I'm saying to replace the plastic straw.
No, but for me, like, say right now we're at work, I have a metal straw. Like, I would have to bring my own straw when I'm, like, making my coffee. Also, at Starbucks, like, they're not going to give you a metal straw with every drink, because even if you throw those away, that could still get stuck in a turtle's nose. Like, for restaurants, it makes a lot of sense. For Starbucks and other, quick beverage places, I don't know. We need a new formula.
I have an idea.
We need, like, it shouldn't be so hard. What about, like, some...
No, why can't there just be... I'll demonstrate. Why can't there just be a straw that's attached to the lid that just comes up? Sort of like the sippy cup, but it's just a straw. Okay. And it sucks up, but it can't detach.
But how do you get the liquid from...
It also extends down.
So it's just straw.
But it's not a straw. The problem is that the straw can come out and it's long. It can't get caught in a turtle's mouth if it's a whole piece.
I guess.
Do you get what I'm saying?
But then there's just, like, more plastic. I don't know.
They're not outlawing plastic yet, though. No. I feel, and we're on a tangent.
Yeah, we're on a tangent. And we talk
about
this all the time. And
it's just confusing.
There's not really a good solution.
It's very confusing.
But I just feel like there can be. And if you want to put me on the task force, like, I'd be happy to give my ideas.
It's very confusing.
Okay, we're going to switch gears a little bit.
Okay.
Because I know you're a big sports guy, and I'm a big Tim Tebow fan. So here we go. Tim Tebow says he listens to softer music in the gym, namely Disney's Moana soundtrack. I feel this on a deeply personal level. Tim Tebow shared his secret to getting swole in the gym, Disney music. The Heisman-winning quarterback turned baseball minor leaguer appeared on GMA on Tuesday to promote his new book, This Is the Day, which centers on motivating people to live their purpose and shift off of autopilot in their day-to-day lives. Host Michael Strahan asked Tebow about his workout music in the TV segment, and suffice it to say, Eminem's 8 Mile soundtrack was not at the top of the playlist. Quote, I think some people would be shocked. I'm a little bit calmer in the gym because I'm usually pretty amped up. So I listen to softer stuff, Frank Sinatra, Disney music, Christian music. I think they're even shocked when I say I even like Moana. I mean, it's not that shocking. How Far I'll Go is motivating as hell, and he should really come with me to Musical Mondays at Soul Cycle, because it really lifts you up. You should come with me next week.
I was going to say, Moana soundtrack is not mellow.
And also, like, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is hard as hell.
No, it's just like, and Frank Sinatra, like, it's mellow, whatever.
That's a little mellow.
I think that comparing Moana to Christian music, like, Christian music is mellow. Actually, I guess it's not either.
Christian pop, like, oh my God, it's so inspiring when you get the right jam, Francesca Battistelli, like.
Totally, actually, I don't even know what they're talking about.
I love Tim Tebow, you know that, right?
I do. He's cool.
Why doesn't he play football anymore?
Because he sucks.
Why doesn't he play baseball anymore? Does he?
Probably because he sucks too.
It's so crazy that someone who technically, I guess, wasn't really that athletically great really went so far for himself.
He was. The media likes to grab on, or the sports media likes to grab onto certain people that they thought were going to be incredible and then follow their entire career, even through the garbage. Tim Tebow is one of them. Johnny Manziel is another one of them. Like Johnny Manziel, who I'm assuming you know who he is.
I do. I was once in an elevator with him.
They are covering every single interception that he throws in Canadian football. Like, they have never once covered the Canadian Football League, but they show every single fuck-up that he makes. And it's the same thing with Tim Tebow. He plays for the, lowest possible minor league division of baseball and hits one home run and everybody shits their pants. Like, it's just the person that they go with. But everybody's saying, oh, Tim Tebow, he can really play baseball. Like, if he could really play baseball, he'd be playing baseball.
Okay, that's fair.
And then him now, going into, writing a motivational book. He's clearly grasping at straws to try and make some semblance of a career for himself. Not that I'm not anti-Tim Tebow, and this sounds like I'm, really anti-Tim Tebow. I'm not. Seems like a very nice guy. I like when he talks about college football on ESPN.
Oh, does he do hosting?
Yeah, randomly. He's a jack of all trades right now.
I should get him as a guest co-host.
You should.
I feel like he'd be
I should
good.
start talking nicer about him.
It's okay. I feel like you haven't said anything that bad.
No, he's just, right now he seems a little bit lost.
Okay, well, maybe this book will have him found.
It's a motivational book?
Yes, I think it's definitely find it in the self-help section.
Got it. Okay.
So what's going on in the sports world? That was my segue for sports.
What is going on in the sports world?
Football's back.
Yes.
You watched at my house.
Yes.
My past versus my future, and my future Cleveland won.
Yes. That was crazy. And that wasn't supposed to happen. Should we actually, what do you want me to talk about with sports? You want me to talk about that game?
We talked about that game weirdly because they won for the first time in 3 years, coincidentally, right after I made this big, public statement that I'm moving to Cleveland. No, I actually feel like I've been up on what's going on in football because Zach was in some sort of not league, but a fantasy league, like what I do with The Bachelor.
Yeah.
But it's sudden death. If you lose 1 week, you're
Survivor.
out. Survivor.
Should I explain to them what Survivor is? Or
sure. No, it actually sounds really fun, and it sounds like anyone can really play.
Anyone can play. You don't have to have any knowledge.
And is the early stages of the NFL, the early games, always such a crapshoot?
Not usually. For the
year,
Patriots it is. But it's not that it's a crapshoot because statistically the Patriots care less in September. Their record in September is fairly even, and then they end up winning 80% of their games over the season. So they say that the Patriots use September as a learning.
For practice.
Yeah, because they know that they're going to probably get to the Super Bowl anyway. But Survivor is you put in, usually it's $100, and you pick a team every single week, and the second you get a team wrong, you're out. And the person surviving at the end wins, honestly, it's usually a huge pot, $100,000. It's nuts.
Oh, wow, no, Zach.
I was in a pot that was over $1 million last year.
Shut the fuck up. Who won?
By the way, sad story. You guys probably heard about it in the news. Seized.
Seized? What's that?
The pot was seized by the government.
What?
For an illegal gambling ring. So the person that won $1 million didn't get it.
You're lying.
Swear to God.
Wait, how is it illegal?
I'm not sure.
Is my Little Bachelor League illegal?
I think so. Because I think you're technically running a gambling ring.
But it's online.
Oh, no, by the way, this was online too. I don't know how it works.
Maybe there's a cap at how much, but that's so crazy.
It could be a cap on how much.
I won my Bachelor League.
Nice.
A cool $110.
Good for you.
We gotta make the pot bigger.
I actually lost Survivor this week. Because I took the Minnesota Vikings.
So did Zach.
Yeah, because they...
Against the Rams?
No, the Bills. The Buffalo Bills, up until this week, looked like the worst team in the history of football. And then all of a sudden...
With the best fans, it seems.
Yes, and then all of a sudden, they came out and just smacked a really good Vikings team. The Vikings were huge favorites. If you went to bet the Vikings, $100... would have yielded you $10, risking $100 to get 10. Versus if you actually bet the Bills, it would have been $100 to win $1,000.
Oh, wow.
They were huge underdogs. And they smacked. It wasn't even close. They were up 24-0 in the first.
That is so crazy.
Mm-hmm. And that's This Week in Sports.
So if you had to predict who are the best looking teams right now, who could be Super Bowl contenders? Who will we be seeing perform alongside Maroon 5 and Cardi B?
The Los Angeles Rams are real. They're incredible.
Really?
But they went out and they signed some of the best defensive talent in the league. They went to the Denver Broncos and took their number one defender, Talib. He's injured now, but he's still on their team. And the Rams are putting up some historical numbers. They're averaging over 30 points a game offensively. They're limiting teams defensively. They're 3-0. I think they're going to end up being something like 14-2, 15-1, and they'll probably win the Super Bowl. You can never count out the Patriots, even though they are actually last in their division for the first time. The Miami Dolphins are 3-0, who are in the Patriots division, and the Patriots are 1-2.
Thanks to Danny Amendola.
And thanks to not having Jay Cutler.
And thanks to Olivia Culpo.
Yes.
Being there to support.
Yes.
Oh, Jay Cutler is out.
He's out. Which is important.
I'm glad. It seems like on Very Cavallari that was the next logical step.
Yeah,
I look forward to seeing what he does next. Do you like his personality? Because he's like very dry.
I think he stinks at football. So like, no, I don't like people that play football that stink at football.
But he played for so long. There was no time when he was good.
He was always not very good. Like he was always turnover prone.
Did he ever win a Super Bowl?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
So yeah, Rams. Rams are great.
How are the Cowboys?
They stink.
What?
They stink.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, they stink. The Giants got a huge win this week, their first win. They also stink.
Are you a Giants fan?
I am. I was always a Giants fan. Then when I met Claudia, she's like, ooh, like we grew up Jets fans. I'm like, oh, she actually gives a shit about football? Like, I'll go to some Jets games. And like that was just like a part of her lies, like her web of lies, like pretending to be a sports fan and roping me in. Like, ooh, I love the Knicks. We can go to every game. Like I'm literally begging you to sit second row with me, and you won't come.
I will go with you anytime and sit second row because that's just a fun time. No, she's not lying. Our dad was a Jets fan, a Knicks fan, Rangers fan, but like we were like.
Sure. So I was a Jets fan for a year. Not that I didn't like the Giants, but I just hopped over. And when I realized how bad they were, and like I've been a Knicks fan my whole life, which everybody knows, the Knicks are the worst team in the history of sports. They can't win ever, and they can't do anything right. So to have another team that can't win and can't do anything right,
New York is like sucks.
New York sports stinks.
I mean, maybe it's a reflection on the city and the traffic. I don't know.
Should we talk about that?
Should we talk about this week, you guys? For those of you who don't live in New York, well, actually, you all know that it's UN General Assembly Week because I'm sure you're getting as many news notifications as I am. But it makes New York City shut down because for some god-awful reason, the UN is located in the heart of New York City.
Yep.
All these politicians, ambassadors are here. They travel with their Secret Service and all these motorcades, and you can't get anywhere. Like, It is the worst week in the city ever.
Awful.
Like, worse than if the Super Bowl were here.
You know what I just thought of that they should do? Because the UN is so east, for those of you that don't know, it's literally on the river. Just, what's on the other side of the UN? Is it Jersey City or is it?
Queens.
Queens. It's east. True. God, what's wrong with me? It's Long Island City.
It's Long Island City.
They should put a hotel for all of UN Assembly in Long Island City and have them take a boat.
Oh my God, that'd be hilarious.
And then you get off, you go to the UN, and you go back to Long Island City.
No, honestly, they should really move the UN.
It's awful. The traffic is awful.
It makes no sense why it should be in the busiest city. And also, it's an international body, so it could go anywhere in the world.
Yep.
And you choose the place with already the worst traffic.
Yep.
And I can't.
No, it's awful.
I've been literally, I stay home all week. Even yesterday, I went to pick up my dear nephew, Sneechess, and I just knew the traffic was going to be so bad. I walked all the way there, which took me like 30 minutes, but I'm sure it would have taken me longer in an Uber.
And it, of course, needed to rain yesterday for the 9,000th day in a row.
Right.
Where do we live?
I don't know.
I haven't seen sun in weeks.
I don't know.
Literally weeks. The only thing that's worse than Trump or any president coming to New York is when the Pope comes.
Okay. That doesn't happen that often, though. And
no, it doesn't. But I'm just saying, like, that is horrendous.
No, and also,
this is terrible,
the
though.
Pope coming or the president coming, like, is always just a one-day thing. It's really bad. So if you know it's going to happen, seriously, like, don't make plans. Stay home. The UN week is a whole week. Like, I can't be holed up for a whole week.
It's terrible.
It's terrible.
And now where Claudia and I moved.
Oh, yeah, you're in the thick of it.
We're fucked.
Yeah.
It took me so long to get home yesterday.
You know what you should do? Actually, since it like times up nicely with your anniversary, you should make your like every time you guys go on a trip
on
for
UN week.
Yeah, you should just schedule it for UN week so you miss it.
Is UN week always the same week?
It's always a week in September. Is that the month that it is? Yeah.
I've never been so aware of UN week. I don't know why. I guess that previously I never really went from downtown to uptown so frequently.
And you never lived so close.
And I never lived so close.
Mm-hmm. So
now I'm feeling the grunt of it.
Well, speaking of your anniversary, I have some positive news. Millennials are causing the U.S. divorce rate to plummet. Americans under the age of 45 have found a novel way to rebel against their elders. They're staying married.
No way.
Yes. New data shows...
Oh, I thought you said plummeting the divorce rate.
The divorce rate is plummeting. It's going
down.
down.
The divorce rate is plummeting.
It used to
that's
be 50%.
Great news.
New data shows younger couples are approaching relationships very differently from baby boomers who married young, divorced, remarried, and so on. Gen X and especially millennials are being pickier about who they marry, tying the knot at older ages when education, careers, and finances are on track. The result is a U.S. divorce rate that dropped 18% from 2008 to 2016,
wow.
according to an analysis by the University of Maryland sociology professor Philip Cohen. Demographers already knew the divorce rate was falling, even if the average American average American didn't. Their question, however, was why, and what do current trends mean for the marital prospects of today's newlyweds? Honestly, this isn't surprising. I even feel a shift amongst my colleagues. I just feel like our generation really does approach marriage differently than those of our parents, and probably because a lot of our parents have gotten divorced, and so the children of divorce are so affected by it that they don't want that, and they'll not get divorced at all costs.
Yes, it's quite sad. I also think that it probably has something to do with gay marriage being legalized, so more people are able to get married. No?
Perhaps.
I'm not saying that they're a massive pool.
But this is from 2000. I guess, yeah, no, that might make sense. But then the more marriages, you could argue, then more divorces.
No, this is a good thing. I'm not saying it's, I'm just saying that.
I think there's a lot of varying factors. And also, like we said, some of Hollywood is popularizing the act of getting married young. So I'm here for this. And as someone who's about to get married, this is such positive news.
Fantastic news.
And as we saw in Real Housewives of Orange County Monday night, the divorce rate in the OC is about 80%, which is so crazy. Never, ever moved there, apparently.
The divorce rate, not just on the show.
No, the divorce rate in Orange County is the divorce rate on the show is, I think, about 100% right now. Mm-hmm. But I'm glad to see, so that actually had me feeling really...
No, but that makes sense. And it's
pessimistic about marriage. Because everyone says the divorce rate's 50%, every 1 out of 2 couples technically, so either you're getting divorced or I'm getting divorced, is statistics would show. But this is just some positive news, and I'm really here for it. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it makes perfect sense to me that a place like Orange County would have a high divorce rate. Same thing with Beverly Hills. I feel like
there's so much
there are a lot of
temptations.
No, it's also a lot of fake marriages in those areas. I'm sure that the New York divorce rate is higher, on Fifth Avenue and Park Avenue than it is on the Lower East Side. You know what I mean? I feel like when wealth comes, fake marriages come as well, unfortunately.
That's an interesting way to look at it. I also feel like back in the day, I'm watching Mad Men now, or I was watching Mad Men, so post-World War II era, divorce was really frowned upon, and not a lot of people got divorced. And then the children of those marriages were I wish my parents got divorced. And then that's the baby boomers who then divorce became so socially normal that they were oh, I can get a divorce if I want to. And then now we're seeing it just constantly
That's a very good point.
But I'm glad to be on this end of it.
Me too. No, great time to be alive.
Great time to be married.
It is a great time to be married.
How's it going?
It's great.
How was your trip?
My trip was wonderful. For those of you that don't know, I'm sure that she actually spoke about it already. I just don't know. But we switched our trip from Puerto Rico to Cancun in 12 hours. I surprised Claudia with a trip to Puerto Rico for our anniversary and a big fucking rock on her finger,
Beautiful.
Which I'm not sure that she showed. But
I think she did, and she showed it on her story.
Yeah.
And you should all be following Girl with No Job, Jackie O Problems, Pup with No Job, Boy with No Job, Olivia Oshry, Margot Oshry, Body by Snitch, Hungover and Hungry, Tiffany Thornton.
And most importantly, Big Sof.
Big Sof.
My personal account, in case you just want to see more pictures of just me.
In case you want to see a hair at Nobu.
Yes, which people still can't get over. Nor that they should.
I haven't been back since.
No, I'll never go back. Even though I think it was my own hair.
It was not. You filmed it right when the food got there.
No, it's true. It wasn't.
Have they reached out to you?
Hair. No.
Wow.
I guess they don't watch. What was I saying?
Your trip. Big rock.
Yes, so I surprised her to Puerto Rico. Then all of a sudden, this disastrous hurricane came. And who knew, but Puerto Rico is just below, not just below the Carolinas, but it's below the Carolinas. And what came from that hurricane came a tropical storm called Isaac, and I was getting weather warnings saying, alert, don't go to Puerto Rico. And I was so excited to go to Puerto Rico because I want to help stimulate their economy. I love Puerto Rico. It's an unbelievable place.
You guys have had many great memories there.
It's in America. You have beautiful casinos. You have beautiful weather.
You know, I've actually never been.
Oh my God, Puerto Rico is amazing. You look to your right and you have a McDonald's, but you're staying in the Ritz and you're having a great time. And
best of both worlds.
it's a beautiful, beautiful place. So when I found out about the weather warning, I wasn't going to let it stop us. Claudia's like, let's cancel. I'm like, when the fuck are we going to go on vacation again? So I did Cancun. I pivoted. Switched our flights.
You went west, like Lewis and Clark.
The only thing that I will say about Cancun, which I've heard mixed things, I guess it depends on when you go. The water, not swimmable.
Claudia said the same thing. You guys are so funny.
The water was just brown. No, we love the ocean. We love swimming in the ocean, diving in the waves.
Yeah, you're big ocean people.
We're big ocean people. And the sand was rocky. The water was brown. You needed to swim out like 100 meters to get to non-brown water.
Got it. That's not cute.
No.
I'm sorry about that.
And we went jet skiing in what felt like the Hudson River. It was the lagoon.
That's hilarious.
Like a lagoon is dirty.
Did you jet ski?
Yeah.
Did you get up?
Jet ski, Jackie.
Oh, I'm sorry. No. I got water ski on the brain.
Water skiing. Oh my God.
Water
Impossible.
skiing is so hard. I hadn't done it in 10 years, and then I went this summer.
Oh, you and Claudia, you guys all say the same thing. You were champion water skiers at a time.
Did you see me water skiing in Spain?
Yeah, you were good.
In the ocean.
No, it was great. I'm
crushing
just saying.
It. But it uses muscles that I didn't even, I never felt that way in my whole life. Like, it was so hard. And I wonder if it's just because, I'm old or weak. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. It's
probably both.
No, it's so hard. I wasn't even close to getting up. I think it has to do with your abdominal muscles, of which I have none.
Yeah, and something about your lower back, I'm telling you. Okay, We have a fifth and final story, because technically the first story was two-parter because it was legal news. And I wouldn't have brought it up, but I want your opinion on it.
Yes.
Instagram's founders are leaving the company. The founders of Instagram has resigned from the business they started 8 years ago in San Francisco and built into a global phenomenon used by 1 billion people. Kevin Systrom and Mike Krieger founded the photo-sharing app in a co-working space in 2010. It became a runaway success, attracting tens of millions of users before the co-founders sold it to Facebook in 2012 for $1 billion. With the tech heavyweights backing, Instagram continued its spectacular growth, adding features including videos, stories, and most recently, its own version of TV. Epic fail, by the way.
Awful. That's the only thing that they failed at.
Useless.
Yeah, it's because they didn't copy anyone. We'll get to that.
Totally. But Systrom, the company's CEO, and Krieger, its CTO, have now decided to leave their posts. That will deprive Facebook of the two key leaders of an app that's growing much faster than Facebook itself. Very true, very Sade. Quote, we're planning on taking some time off to explore our curiosity and creativity again. Systrom said in a blog post late Monday. Quote, building new things requires that we step back, understand what inspires us, and match that with what the world needs. That's what we plan to do. He added that they both remain excited for the future of Instagram and Facebook in the coming years as we transition from leaders to 2 users in 1 billion. That's a sad way of talking about it.
Yes.
This really when I initially saw the news, I was honestly surprised that they still worked there and didn't just cash out.
Same.
But this has really shook people to the core, and the more that I read about it, the more I understand why. Because it seems as though up until this point, even with...
Sorry, I'm just choking.
It's okay. If you could stop. If you could stop choking, that'd be great.
It's hard. I'm choking on something. I'm okay. Continue.
No, it's okay. I was also...
No, I just might die. We're fine.
It's fine. Just don't.
Okay.
Just wait till after the show.
Okay.
It seems as though since the merger that Instagram kind of operated independently of Facebook, at least as much as it could. Mm-hmm. But now with these two leaving, it seems as though Instagram's really going to be more a part of Facebook, which is not a good thing because Facebook is a dinosaur and Mark Zuckerberg is a thief.
Creators create. That is why they left. I'm shocked that they didn't leave earlier. They made an app that was, we love it.
We love it.
And I don't think that it will change the way that the app is at all. People are worried, it's going to go all ads, all Facebook. It already is all ads, and you still love it. It's not going any more addy than it is right now. I think that maybe, I don't know, they'll start a new app that's good too.
I don't think so. I feel yes,
this doesn't bother me.
Creators create, but I think that these two guys, definitely got really lucky. I don't know that they'll strike this sort of gold again. And anything that they create will pale in comparison. So if I were them, I would just take the money and run and just go live a luxurious life. However, Facebook, once upon a time, was like water. You couldn't go a day without it. You couldn't breathe. You couldn't exist as a human being without it. And that has really changed. Because of whatever functionalities they made, they ran Facebook into the ground. Facebook ran Facebook into the ground.
Yes.
And now I only am on it for the premium Morning Toasters Facebook groups and subgroups, which are incredible. But Facebook has nothing to do with that.
No.
So I think that now that Instagram really is in the hands of Mark Zuckerberg, it will be destroyed in a very slow,
it won't be destroyed,
unassuming way. But I feel like it will. Like, how did they destroy Facebook?
They destroyed Facebook in 100 different ways. Number one, they took away you being able to see your friends. Organic reach on Facebook went to complete shit.
That's true.
And so when I log onto Facebook, I don't even know what I see. I can't tell you what I see when I scroll through, if I ever scroll through.
I don't know what I would see if I wasn't in toaster groups.
The second thing is that they made, it was probably not a mistake for them because it was a great way for them to monetize, but making a messenger app so that I can't even talk within the Facebook app was a huge problem. So now you just have, if you want to talk to your friends, you have to go to a different app. They fucked up the user flow.
They really
that
did.
Being said,
they wanted to own all these apps, and like they want Facebook Messenger to be the new iMessage, which isn't gonna happen. Like, really stay in your lane and like know what's up, because now people are sparsed and parsed among multiple Facebook apps, and so you know what? I'll just use none of them. Thank you.
Not to get too tactical into like media and marketing, but just for a second, I think that Facebook.
That's why you're here, for your level of expertise.
Yes, Facebook is the paid media vertical, and Instagram is the organic media vertical. So I don't ever think, and I'll explain what that means, but I don't ever think that Instagram will go down that path simply because they're owned by the same people, and they don't want them to do the same thing. They want them to each have their own ways of making money, in my opinion.
I think that this change signals the fact that Instagram's going to become more like Facebook.
I don't think so.
I really hope not. I thoroughly enjoy Instagram. And Instagram is just more personal, because you think about it. Like, back in the day, like, every night I went out, I used to post an album to Facebook. Like, everyone did. It was just, you know...
But that's not because
no,
of the
it was
app
like
changing.
you would have an inside joke from the night, and it was your album title. Now you post one picture to Instagram from the night. Your inside joke from the night is your caption, and just the whole way that we approach photos and sharing and like our personal lives has been completely transformed by Instagram. And now
because it's better.
I think that Facebook actually. In the beginning, it wasn't better. People like really were trying to use Instagram like they use Facebook, posting multiple pictures from an evening, and then like you would get no engagement, and you had to change your behavior, which actually I think was hard for some people. I know some of my friends that I had to unfollow because of it. And even for me, it was like it took me a while to like figure out how to use Instagram. Now I have presets, and I'm like the most premium blogger on the.
That's why they put in slides.
Right, slides have definitely helped. That definitely made it more like Facebook.
Sure.
And I think also Facebook, they started to prioritize news. That was like a big push for them. Ugh, getting a fucking spam call, like scram. They started to prioritize news, and then like people would just see news in their feeds, and like most people didn't want to see that. Like, you want to see your friends. I spent all this time like making friendships on Facebook. Like, why do I want to see this random article of a website I don't even follow? How did this come here? How did this get here? Why now? Why this article?
Paid advertising, because they have too much data on you that they can use.
Right, well, they're not even using it well, because if it was an article that I wanted to click, like, I wouldn't mind that you served it to me using my data.
And they don't have the same level of data on Instagram. The only level of data that they have is by comparing your email address from Instagram to Facebook to know that they're the same person. But you're always going to be targeted with that garbage on Facebook. That's just my personal opinion. The user flow of Facebook and Instagram are so different. I think because we started Facebook on desktop. The fact that I'll go, like, I won't, of course I use the app. But like, if I'm on my computer, Facebook is where I go. Like, it's a fun thing for me to use on the computer. Would you agree?
It's hard for me to say, because yes, I spend a lot of time on Facebook, but just because of our community there, and I don't. So I'm not like
no, but fine. But you use it on the. But you use it on the computer.
Yes.
More than you would on mobile.
I don't like looking at things on my phone in general. Like, I can't watch videos or like I use my iPad, which it has a.
Sure.
I'm not the right person to be asking these questions. I have weird behavioral patterns.
What I'm trying to say is that I think that the way that Facebook works is that if you are using it on your computer or you're just not using the app or mobile version, there are, just like when you go on a website and you have those annoying banner ads and in-roll videos, like that's something that you can have because it's a .com. Instagram, like sure, maybe 6 people in the world go to Instagram.com on their computer, but everybody uses the app. And the ads are just different. They're in feed, They distract you less.
They're better.
They're much better because it flows.
Right.
It's
and
not
also
disruptive.
Because it's not disruptive and they really curate it. And I'm saying that I think that's going to change. And now I'm going to start seeing ads for shit that I would see on Facebook, and it's like, how the fuck did I get here?
But why would it change if they've cracked the code where they can make better ads? They'll just continue to make better ads.
But now they can make more money.
They can make the same money. It's not more money.
No, it would be more money if they're serving more ads and like just selling more user data. Like, because I see ads right now, but it's not super annoying.
But if they feel like they're driving Facebook into the ground, they're not also going to drive Instagram into the ground.
But they don't know that they're driving Facebook into the ground. Like, they think that
maybe they're not driving Facebook into the ground.
They're the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Sure. I don't think Instagram's in trouble. I don't. Because they make
last words.
No, they make too many efforts to be better than everybody else, with the exception of IGTV, which I said as like a joke before, but it's so true. The reason why it flopped is because it was their own idea.
Right. Well, technically, I think they were trying to steal from, like, make people use it like YouTube. I fucking hate IGTV. Like, and I have 2 videos up there, and it's like, I want to delete them because I don't even want...
I have the weirdest video up there.
What do you have?
I don't know, like some Instagram story that I really liked, like the day that I found out IGTV was a thing. And then everybody's like, ooh, it's the next YouTube. Like, you're going to get paid on a CPM. Like, you got to build it up. I'm like, all right. Literally nobody uses it.
Nobody. And it's like, if it's the next YouTube, then you should want people to be posting the same content that they would be posting to YouTube, but now just post it to Instagram. Like Snapchat, it's like, I could post it to Snapchat or Instagram stories, so I'm going to post it to Instagram stories where I'm going to get more eyeballs. But I have to now make custom content for IGTV. It's not my YouTube videos.
No.
It's vertical, which I like vertical videos, but now you're giving me another job. I have a lot of jobs. I'm good. Oh, and nobody's watching.
It's weird. Maybe they'll make a different app.
Also, I've never been big on videos on Instagram, and I know that they perform really well for people because Instagram wants them to, but I don't enjoy watching videos on Instagram. Like, I am there for the flow. I try and put my stories, like, so that you can watch them without sound, and if you need sound, it says sound on, just like this morning, watch my story with sound because it's fucking hilarious. Mm-hmm. But I enjoy Instagram as, like, a visual platform only, and they're fucking with it.
I love video.
I know you do. You were making watch videos before. I hate when people make me watch videos on their phone. Zach makes me do it all the time, and I'm like...
No, totally. I love Instagram videos. I love sound on. I prefer stories with sound. I just think it's just like a better experience. Do I love photos? Definitely. I think Instagram struck a great balance with photo and video, and I can enjoy both. The only thing that they failed at is IGTV. I think the rest of the platform, as I'm sure you can agree, is fantastic. Instagram Stories is fucking incredible.
It is.
Like the entire journey.
It was also incredible when Snapchat did it too.
It wasn't though, because what they've done with swipe ups, I think is huge. Like the fact that people can go onto the Boy with No Job Instagram story. I mean, you're already here, so you don't have to do this. But if you could have swiped up to watch today's episode, gone, watched for a little bit, and then when you're done, swiped right back down, and you're exactly where you were. Like, that's genius.
No, swipe ups change the game. Tagging people in stories change the game. They must work on their filters. Like, how come Snapchat made us beauty queens and like Instagram makes us like, I don't even know. Just
they gotta work on their filters.
Looking. They like, and we've been saying it for so long. Like,
I'm sure that Snapchat patented those filters. I'm sure that you just can't get to them.
You think they patented their filters and they didn't patent the exact technology that made them what they are?
I have no idea.
How are they not able to sue Instagram? It's the craziest thing.
Ever.
It's like Peloton suing Flywheel for some like at-home DVD videos, and Snapchat can't sue Instagram. I don't get it.
They probably can, and they probably should.
They probably should. But I feel like Evan Spiegel's just like too busy like being married to Miranda Kerr. It's like he got everything he wanted. I feel like he gave up on us.
Oh, he won.
He gave up on us, and we gave up on him, and I feel like that's fair.
Actually, he gave up on us. No, Kylie Jenner gave up on him. And then he gave up on us.
No, the Kardashians are the only people who still use Snapchat.
No, but Kylie Jenner's tweet that she doesn't use Snapchat single-handedly destroyed Snapchat. It was going through a rough patch, I'm not going to lie, because everybody, the second that it went...
stories, we were like, where do we go?
It wasn't even that. It was like everybody all of a sudden was so invested in Wall Street. They're like, ooh, Snapchat IPO, it's like dipping. Ooh, Snapchat's half of its value, the app must suck. Like, the reason why it was half of its value is because it couldn't sell anything, not because we didn't like the user experience. We still enjoyed Snapchat. But then everybody's like, oh, clearly this app is going to the ground. Kylie Jenner's like, yeah, I don't use Snapchat anymore. Poof.
But now I do believe that Snapchat pays the Kardashians to stay on the platform because they all are on it.
Smart.
When they don't. Yeah, I mean, smart, but
That being said, are they
Too
putting the
little, too
exact
late.
same stuff on Instagram stories? I'm sure.
Yes. I don't watch in Snapchat anymore, so I don't really know.
Neither do I.
Also, how do you feel about the Instagram algorithm? Because everyone loves to complain about it, but like I barely notice. Except sometimes it's confusing when I see something from literally 3 days ago, but that just means that Instagram's running out of shit to show me and I need to get off Instagram, you know?
Or you need to follow more people.
I follow like 500 plus.
Oh, that's a ton.
How many do you follow?
Like 100.
Oh, wow. How do you feel about the algorithm? Do you think that it's like helped you, hurted you? Do you not notice?
Yeah.
I feel like people who post premium content don't notice the algorithm.
No, from a creator standpoint, like not personal Instagram standpoint, from Big Soft, I hate it. I absolutely hate the algorithm because I want to see my friends. But from a boy with no job perspective, I can post 100 times today and you'll never see them twice in a row.
That's true.
So I love the algorithm for engagement from a brand or personality perspective.
Okay.
But from a personal perspective, it stinks. But if you really like your friends enough, just turn on post notifications. And then you can see them.
Not even that. You get served the pictures of the people that you engage with the most. So if you really want to see your friends, like their pictures and you'll see them more.
That's true too.
Watch their stories and their stories will come up first. But if you're ignoring your friends, then they're going to think you're doing it on purpose. So it really is on you.
That's true. That's true.
Like I see the posts of the people that I engage with the most. They come up first.
Yes, me too.
And so just like your friend shit.
True.
Don't turn on post notifications for anyone. How annoying could that be? I would never ask someone to turn on my post notifications. It's like, that's the quickest way to get sick of me.
It's funny, now that I'm thinking about post notifications, remember when you, on Facebook, you would accidentally star someone?
Yes.
So
anytime they made a move?
Yeah, anytime they made a move. And like, I would be like, who the fuck is this person that starred? It's literally some random person from my high school that I never clicked star, but like, ooh, this person uploaded a photo. And I never like realized until like they told me that I starred them. Like that's why they're only serving me this kid's profile pictures. Like that was weird.
That was weird. Dana still gets a notification for everything that I do, and I think she prefers it that way.
I was just about to say, I feel like that's intentional.
Yeah, no, I think it started as an accident. I'm also listed at hers. She's listed as my nephew on Facebook, which is actually... I was just talking
about that with somebody else too.
Which is actually so appropriate because I'm the #1 and Sneechus in this group.
I was just talking about that with someone. They're like, I go on my Facebook and I have a bunch of like fathers and sons and brothers and like, that's just like, that was like 6 months in like 10th grade.
Right, and
that was really
forever.
Cool. Yeah, it was just like, oh, like we need to be connected on Facebook in some way, but your brother, father are never actually your brother and father.
No,
you know what I mean? It's just friends.
I'm still engaged to Margot Lewin on Facebook, even though I am engaged.
Exactly.
For real. We got engaged on Facebook like now, 2006. What's that? 12 years ago?
Yeah.
Wow. It's been a really great relationship so far. We never got hitched, but I liked the engagement. They say it's the greatest time in your life. And if you're not planning a wedding...
They say the engagement is the greatest time in your life?
Then
they've never been engaged.
No, an engagement is the greatest time in your life if you're not planning your wedding.
No. I think that if you ask, unless these people are absolutely insane, I think you ask 9 out of 10 people what's the most stressful part of your marriage, it would 100% be the engagement.
That's so crazy. I never knew that. I always thought the engagement was the best time because it's like you have all this shine and attention on you and like you're engaged, so you're not like an old married couple yet. It's also fresh and exciting and new.
The first week of being engaged is the best time of your life.
For some people.
And then it's the worst, yes, for some people. But then it's the worst, and for actually what I hear from everybody is that year 2 of marriage and on is the best time of your life.
That is so crazy.
That's what I've been hearing. I've been hearing that the engagement, like, typically is very, very stressful. Planning the wedding is very, very stressful. And that unfortunately spills over a bit into year 1. Just like the stresses of having a life with somebody. Mm-hmm. Like, just learn, like, it didn't really happen with us because we were living together before. But in case you just moved in together or now you're taking a deeper look at each other's finances, like, everybody just becomes a little bit more nosy.
Yeah.
And then after year 1, it's just like, okay, all of our cards are out on the table and now we can just live.
Totally.
That's what I've heard.
That makes a lot of sense. Well, I look forward to marriage for a lot of reasons, including getting health insurance so I can finally go to the dentist because my teeth hurt.
They're good, though.
They look good, thanks to Crest White Strips.
But they're bad.
I have really bad teeth.
By the way, it's probably because you use Crest White Strips.
No, it's not a sense, like, my dentist said, like, if Crest White Strips don't hurt you, they're actually great, and if they help you whiten your teeth, then that's great. You don't have to spend money on,
Oh, they don't hurt you?
No, not really. If I use them too often, they would, but I don't use them. If anything, I don't use them often enough. But it's like, just my back teeth are all fucked. Mm-hmm.
You think you need your wisdom teeth out?
I got them out because I thought it would help, and it's definitely helped. But I know I have like one tooth that's like decaying, and I was just trying to wait till I got married to fix it. But I think I might just have to bite the bullet and go.
Mm-hmm. You can't get insurance if you're not married, like with Zach.
No, I'll get on his insurance when I'm married.
I'm saying you can't just get on it right now?
I don't think so.
I'm sure you can.
Maybe you can, but it seems like a lot of paperwork and phone calls and talking to authority.
Not a lot of paperwork.
Really?
Claudia hopped onto my insurance real quick.
Okay, I'll look into it. You know, I go to your dentist too because you recommend
You do?
it. Yeah, I was looking for a dentist, and now I go to yours, and it's very fancy.
Yeah.
Which I like.
And Central.
And sort of, not on UN week.
I was just about to say, don't go there. Don't go there now. It's terrible.
It's terrible.
That's making me realize I don't think I've been to the dentist in a long time.
No, me neither.
And I have insurance. By the way, insurance doesn't cover dental. We're getting a little off track here, but...
it depends on your insurance.
Yeah, unless you have dental insurance.
Yeah, I used to.
Really? Rich.
Must be nice. Anyways, thank you for joining me. Is there anything that you want to get off your chest? Like, I know we didn't talk about you a lot this time, and if you join me tomorrow, maybe we could delve into that, and I'll get questions from people. But how are things with you?
First, can we in the microphone hear my stomach rumbling? Because
No.
it just made some of the craziest fucking noises.
Are you hungry?
Ever. I have no idea.
Maybe you should get a bite to eat. Maybe you need a bite of morning
That
toast.
was wild. Like, I was thinking that they were about to hear like a...
You know what? I'll go back later and listen. It's 11:37. Oh, wow. Over an hour. Isn't it crazy how time flies?
Flies. Anything that I would like to talk about? It's a great question.
How's Theo?
Theo's beautiful.
Did he say anything about me after he got home last night?
Yes. The rain is very, very tough on a pup. I cleaned him. He went for
I
another
spent
walk.
all
I
day-
cleaned him.
I spent all day yesterday washing him and drying him, and then taking him out again, washing him and drying him. It was a hard day for an anesthetist, but I was happy to do it.
But yes, Theo is great. Announcements.
Here we go.
Formally, I've been talking about this for months. My podcast is here. There are no recorded episodes, so you can't go and listen. But I'm just letting you guys know that it is here. So if you want to go and follow, it's a private account with nothing posted, creating anticipation.
What's it called?
It's called The Schwitz.
That's hilarious.
T-H-E-S-H-I... Wait.
S-C-H.
No, S-H-V-I-T-Z.
Okay.
The Schwitz.
What
It is
is-
a sports culture comedy podcast.
That is so funny. Who's on it?
Me, my friend Jack, and my friend Victor.
Are you ever going to have any like special guest hosts?
100%. This is the beginning of a new era.
That's really exciting.
I'm very, very excited. It's called The Schwitz, and for everybody that doesn't know what schwitzing is, it's sweating in Yiddish. And when you go to a steam room, they call it the Schwitz or a Schwitz. And when you watch sports, it's schwitzy.
They're schwitzing, you're schwitzing.
They're schwitzing, you're schwitzing, you're eating buffalo wings, you're schwitzing, your team's down in the fourth, you're schwitzing.
It's a great name.
It's all about sweating.
It's a great name. Did you come up with it?
I did.
That's really great.
I'm really excited about it.
I'm excited for you. What
Me
a great
too.
note to end on. There's a very good chance that you will be back here with me tomorrow.
Yes.
Which, you know what, I wouldn't hate it. Makes my job a lot easier.
Sure.
Thank you all for tuning in today. Please follow The Morning Toast on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Make sure to leave us a podcast review if you're listening to the podcast, including you, Lauren Elizabeth. I am wearing your top today on the show, XLE by Lauren Elizabeth. This is the Claudia top because I miss her so much.
Oh,
she has the
cute.
cute. She came on the show last week. She just launched her clothing line, and she sent me some goodies. Isn't this
nice.
like so cute?
Very.
Looks like it was my own.
Yeah, I like it.
Anyways, thank you all for tuning in. Please follow me at Jackie O Problems. You know this is all I have. And where can people follow you?
They can follow me at Boy With No Job, which I'm sure that they already know. And if you don't, you're missing out on a premium experience. And you can follow me at Big Soft, which you probably won't because otherwise I would have more followers than I do.
You do pretty well for yourself.
It's fine. 22K. Like, look at me. This is a 100K face.
It's
I don't
true.
have one pimple.
That's true.
Unbelievable skin.
Great skin.
I
Maybe
know.
you should be like a beauty blogger.
I should.
Skin, like people love that stuff.
Like do makeup tutorials and stuff?
Or like just like your skincare routine.
Yeah.
And then delve into makeup.
I'm not sure that that's me.
We'll see about it.
We'll see.
Also, I had one more thing to say. Oh yes, doing Morning Toasters membership all day. If you are waiting to get in and you requested a while ago, definitely re-request because then you get bumped to the top. The questions are premium. If your answers aren't, you don't get in. I'm sorry. Have an amazing day, everyone. Thank you all for tuning in.